Buonasera, bentornato to another episode of This is Calcio, and what an exciting week we had in the Serie A. First of all, Napoli beat Juventus 5-1. This was after Juventus hasn't conceded in 8 matches, 8 straight wins and 8 consecutive clean sheets, and then they concede 5 goals in one match, and that is against the league leaders Napoli. Victor Osimhen got a brace in the game with Kvaratskhelia, Rahmani and Elif Elmas also contributing to the goal, while Juventus's consolation goal was credited to Angel Di Maria. And the 8 straight wins for Juventus, it wasn't just the smaller teams. They even beat Lazio and Inter. They beat Lazio 3-0 at home, and they beat Inter 2-0 at home as well. Keeping up with the high scoring matches, we have Atalanta up against Salernitana. Memo Ochoa, who just signed for Salernitana 2 weeks ago, conceded 8 goals. Man, this is the World Cup legend with Mexico. 8 goals in a single game. My goodness. To be fair, he saved a penalty against Koopmeiners, but he couldn't do anything when Koopmeiners put in the rebound. And Atalanta had 7 different scorers in that match, with Ademola Lookman scoring 2. With Napoli winning against Juventus, Milan couldn't really capitalize on this slip up by Juventus. They could only get a draw against Lecce. Lecce surprised everyone in the early stages of the game when Theo Hernandez bundled the ball into his own net. That put Milan on the back foot immediately. And then they went on to concede a second goal in the 23rd minute. But give credit to where it is due to Milan. They fought back from 2-0 down, and in the second half they scored just before the hour mark with Rafael Leao, and then Davide Calabria, the captain, equalized in the 70th minute. That was interesting. So these are the rest of the scores from match week 18. Monza raced to a 3-0 lead against Cremonese, but Cremonese, the hosts, pulled 2 goals back and could have even equalized in the later stages of the game. Inter Milan beat Hellas Verona 1-0, even though they were not at their best, and Hellas Verona, as you know, is lingering in the relegation zone. Sassuolo was beaten 2-0 by Lazio, while Torino was surprised by Spezia. Udinese also lost, this time against Bologna, and Roma beat a 10-man Fiorentina 2-0. And the last match of the week was Empoli 1, Sampdoria 0, compounding misery for Sampdoria. Let's take a quick look at the table after 18 matches played. Napoli is at the top with 47 points, 9 points ahead of Milan, who is in second. Juventus and Inter Milan are at 37 points each, while Lazio, Atalanta and Roma with 34 points. Udinese with 25 points, while Torino and Fiorentina make up the top 10 with 23 points each. And in the second half of the table, we see Bologna and Empoli with 22 points, but Monza, the newly promoted team, first time in the Serie A, only just 1 point behind. And then there's of course Lecce, the other promoted team, with 20 points, while Spezia and Salernitana having 18 points from 18 matches. The bottom 4, Sassuolo with 16 points, Hellas Verona 9, same as Sampdoria, and Cremonese right at the bottom with 7 points. Napoli debuted their new Valentine's Day kit. As you can see here, there's a kiss on the kit itself. The thing is, I think you all probably know the Dua Lipa song "One Kiss." One kiss is all it takes to lose to Cremonese in the Coppa Italia. Wow. Cremonese actually scored first, but Napoli hit them back with 2 goals. Cremonese then equalized late in the second half, and the match went into extra time, where it was set, and then eventually it was settled via penalties. Napoli actually fielded their second stringers, but they are actually still too strong for Cremonese, in my opinion. Cremonese, as you know, is the bottom team in the Serie A, and now they've gone on to knock out Napoli, the league leaders. It's literally top versus bottom. They knocked out Napoli to set up a date with Roma in the quarterfinals of the Coppa Italia. As you are aware, the Super Coppa Italiana was or is going to be played in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, in the King Fahd International Stadium. It will be Milan, the Scudetto holders, against Inter, the Coppa Italia winners. Of course, I'm recording this before the match. I might be adding the result when I'm editing this, which is probably the next day after the match has happened. We'll see. The last time these two met was in 2011. That was in Beijing for the ICC Championship. That was also the Super Coppa Italiana, which Milan won. So Milan now, incidentally, that was the last time Milan won the Super Coppa Italiana. Milan has 7 titles while Inter has 6. Who is going to win this? The results are here. Alright, let's move on to match week 19, the middle point of the season. On Saturday night, we have Hellas Verona up against Lecce. On Sunday morning, Salernitana, who conceded 8 goals in the last match, will be up against league leaders Napoli. Fiorentina and Torino will fight out to see who can get one up over the other. They are currently level on points. Let's see who wins this. Sampdoria up against Udinese on Sunday evening, while Monza entertains Sassuolo. And on Monday morning, we have Spezia up against Roma, while Juventus will entertain Atalanta. These two teams were on opposite ends of high-scoring games. Juventus, of course, losing 5-1 to Napoli last week, while Atalanta demolished Salernitana 8-2. It's like 10 goals. And the last few matches, we have Bologna up against Cremonese, Inter up against Empoli, and the last one, Lazio up against Milan. So I was just decorating the set behind me with the boots, the Pantofola d'Oro, and the match ball, the Serie A match ball, and my scarves. We even have a Juventus one here. And then I actually wanted to put this. We remember when Milan had their Scudetto Trophy tour in Singapore, and the people who went to see the trophy actually were all given this. It's a picture of Daniele Massaro, who was actually there, and he autographed every single one of them. Also have the Milan team picture. Don't know if you can see. I think there's a and from the back we can see it's from Milan to Many, the AC Milan trophy tour in partnership with Emirates. It's cool. Even got the Massaro's signature here as well. Yeah, that's cool. I don't know what I'm going to do. Might even, I don't know. I don't even have a Milan jersey for. Funny part is I actually at first when I was taking videos of the fans and Massaro and the Scudetto trophy, I was actually wearing the Italy national team jersey, and then after that I went out and changed back to I changed to a Fiorentina jersey from last season, 2021-2022 season. I was queuing up, and then the Milan I was queuing up, and when I reached the front of the queue, the Milan entourage was like looking at me like they wanna do something bad to me because I was wearing a Fiorentina kit. But remember, of course, and props to Daniele Massaro. He was a great, outstanding guy. Grande Massaro. He allowed me to take picture with him when I'm wearing my Fiorentina kit. Of course, he was playing for Fiorentina before he transferred to Milan. Yeah, great guy, Massaro. Oh, the reason I'm wearing this Lazio shirt is because I was looking for this Lazio shirt because I like the old logo for Lazio, the old crest. I don't really like the new one. So I was excited when I found that Western still sells this Macron one. Of course, I can't afford the really old ones, the vintage ones. So this will do. I like the crest. This is really nice. And yeah, so I really like this crest also because the reason I'm not wearing a Fiorentina jersey is just because I just want to show off this kit. That's all I have for you this week. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Ciao ciao.